Award-winning barbecue chef Matt Horn has a new restaurant in the Bay Area, fried chicken joint Kowbird. It opened Friday morning at the former home of Brown Sugar Kitchen in West Oakland. Looks like the word got out pretty fast. This was the line outside of Kowbird. One of our coworkers said he went there around 10:30, and 30 minutes before the opening, he said there was already 50 people in line. So what's so good about Kowbird? To answer that question, we are joined by none other than the chef himself. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing today?
Good. So tell me a little bit about what has been flying out the door today. Get it? Chicken flying? I guess not, but you get the point. What's the most popular item right now?
Right now, a lot of our Nashville-inspired hot birds are flying out the door. We have our chicken and waffles, our Southern bird. The community is excited. They've shown up and they're showing us a lot of love, and we're just grateful to be able to serve them all.
Now, this really is a labor of love, correct?
Yes. I
So
feel
tell
like
me, go ahead.
just it definitely is a labor of love. We've definitely had our challenges like with anyone else, but to be able to come out and then get everything rolling, it's surreal.
So tell me a little bit about the challenges. That's just a part of life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. With any challenge that we face in life, adversity, we have to be able to embrace it. And we've had our fair share, with supply shortages, delays with getting our space open and just having to navigate through just different circumstances. But, as a team, we work collectively to, make it happen.
Matt, we were talking yesterday about we can't find milk, we can't find this, we can't find that. And so I would imagine like opening up a restaurant, if you're missing some things, it's really difficult.
Yeah, it has been a challenge. And, one thing that I relay to my team is that, we have to have patience with ourselves, but then also patience with like our partners, our surveyors, our purveyors or whatnot. And just to have patience and just try to find a solution to the issues. And we've done that. And it was definitely a blessing to be able to open up our doors today. And we were excited. Chicken is going out the door.
So tell me a little bit more as far as the idea, the concept. Have you always loved cooking?
I've always, the thing about it is, I started later on in my life in terms of cooking, but, I've always been around my mother and my grandmother when they were in the kitchen. As I've gotten older, I've looked back on that. Recently I said that I wouldn't be the man I am if it wasn't for all the strong women in my life. So I've drawn a lot of inspiration from my mother, my grandmother, and, just kind of picked up some things here and there and just kind of want to put my touch on it.
Cooking is connecting, right? It is, as we mentioned, a labor of love, but it's also making those connections and the chats and the conversations and all that stuff that goes in behind the scenes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cooking does that. Food has this very special ability to bring people together. It's definitely the great unifier. We've had people that have come into the restaurant even today, and you seeing the candy apples and the fresh pies. It reminds them of back home, or it takes them back to a place where, a beautiful time in their life. So we're happy and excited to be able to do that and offer that experience.
You're touching on something that I dearly love, a pie. What is your favorite pie? And I love making a good crust, right?
You got to make a really great crust, but we're doing a pecan pie. We have a key line, but we'll be doing like a rotation of different pies, as well as our candy apples. Right now, we're doing a classic candy apple, but then we have like a salted caramel that we'll be doing,
Ooh.
and then some R&D on some other stuff, some really cool stuff.
Do you like the kosher salt on the caramel apple? What is your special touch?
We do finish it with a little bit of kosher salt,
Ooh.
and we put a little bit, we add another element to it where we be able to taste it on the flavor, but it's just very delicious.
And it has to be like that good apple. So let's talk a little bit about ingredients because that makes all of the difference in the world, right?
Yeah, definitely. You want to have like the best ingredients. You definitely want to do it. We're using sustainable ingredients. Eventually we'll start harvesting our own honey. So we'll be producing that here with our honey butter fried chicken sandwich. But having those really great ingredients is very key to just good quality food. And plus, our guests that are coming in, we owe that to them to give them the best product that we could put out, but then also sourcing the best ingredients.
I love honey butter with cornbread. Like it just comes out of the oven and just melts, and it's just so good.
Oh man, it's nothing like it.
There is nothing like honey butter. And then it just has to be good butter and all that other stuff. So tell me, what is your favorite thing to like sit down? It's a Friday. What's your favorite thing to sit down and eat on a Friday?
Everything to sit down and eat on a Friday.
Hmm.
If I'm gonna keep it simple, you know what? I just like to get just a nice good sandwich. A nice good fried chicken sandwich. If I can get a nice fried chicken sandwich with a nice glass of some sweet tea, you can't go wrong with that.
And do you like the chipped ice? I lived in Texas for a while, and I didn't realize that ice was such a big deal. Like everybody's got a
You know
particular
what?
ice.
Ice is definitely a big deal. I like the chip ice in there, and I could sit out on the porch, hang out with friends, and enjoy myself some nice sweet tea. Can't go wrong with that.
No, and that really has been something that's been a big takeaway about the pandemic is that lack of ability to be able to make those times and those moments where we can sit and be with each other. So
Right.
it's nice that it feels kind of maybe cautiously optimistic that we're getting back to that point where we can have those meetings of sort that it's outside and fun, right?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that like we all collectively, as a community, as a country, have all been going through the same set of challenges in terms of what we've been experiencing. But it's like any opportunity I have to to get together with my staff and my team to be able to create something awesome, but then also just a simple interaction, just a simple hello, with one of our guests, that goes a long way. Even for us. You know what I mean? It's really important.
Without a doubt, we were just doing a story about how masks, I guess there was some study, Matt, that said that masks make people more attractive. I'm like, what? But at the same time, if that's the bag that I got to deal with, at least we can do that and take it off and have some wonderful chicken, right?
Right, exactly.
What else would you like to add to the conversation, especially when we talk about being in Oakland and rooted in Oakland and just being a part of that community?
I think, being here in Oakland and, our businesses are based here, and then being a part of this wonderful community. Me and my family is grateful to be here. We've gotten nothing but support from the people here, here in West Oakland and just the Bay Area in general. So, we owe that to our community. We have a responsibility to our guests, to our community, to be able to serve them, not just food that's made with love, but also be able to go out and be a part of community outreach and be a part of community efforts, and just be a really good, great neighbor. And it's just really important to us, just as important as running, a business that will be something positive in the community.
Well, I think that is a great way to wrap up this interview. I know that there's people here salivating and they look forward to making it to your restaurant. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you kindly. Appreciate the opportunity. Look forward to serving you all.